look at, am I the answer already? Is my brand the answer in ChatGPT or in AI, other AI search tools? And when you know that and you are maybe not the answer, then there's something to work on. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Welcome to the podcast behind MarTech’25, where we're diving into some of the conversations that we've been having earlier, inviting some of the speakers. My name is Hans. I'm a strategy director and partner at IO, and your host for this session. Hello, Clarissa.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Yes.
Loved your talk this morning.
Thank
really
you.
Good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
For those who don't know you, maybe explain a bit what you do at IO.
Okay, I'm Clarissa. I'm in Amsterdam working at IO and as an SEO domain lead. And my role is mainly to make sure that we stay ahead of the competition, that we are innovating regarding AI search, geo, and really making sure that the clients are staying ahead as well.
Yeah. Staying ahead of competition, not easy nowadays, I can imagine.
Yeah. No, that's not easy because there's so many things changing at the moment, of course. So yeah, we really need to know, like, what should we do? You should really innovate, try new stuff, because everything is quite unsure now, of course, with the rise of AI search and all these things. Yeah.
But you started as an SEO expert more than 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, helping with the benchmark reports as a speaker of the Benelux SEO conference.
Yeah.
I guess you would not have expected your job to be as fascinating as it is now.
I have to say SEO has always been fascinating, but of course it's became more interesting. So it's now for us, it's like for me, especially for everyone in SEO, I think it's really a new energy because of course SEO has always been evolving. It's always challenging. It's always changing, but this is like the biggest change that we have seen. So yeah, it's quite exciting. Yeah.
Yeah. I see a lot of companies because we're also trying to think about what is the gap companies have and where they can go. Mm-hmm. I see a lot of companies when they think SEO, and I think every company knows that SEO is quite important. Still, you see some think it as just being text, copy, content. It's much more than that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's much more. So SEO is, of course, it used to be more focused maybe on keywords and really on Google, but it has always been broader than just writing content. Of course, you can write content, it's a big part of it, but it's also about building brands. You know, it's also about technical part, being able to index your website. It's also about authority, so making sure that you are mentioned across the web. So it's much broader than that. And of course, you also need to make the step towards your product. So making sure that people will actually buy and that you get conversion from it. So yeah, it's more broader than just writing content.
Yeah, interesting absolutely. That you're mentioning the technical aspect and the brand aspect, because I think when you start from search, it's also about how people can find brands, right? What is the biggest opportunity you see for marketeers in that area?
The biggest opportunity is really now, of course, knowing about geo and AI search and really starting to work on that. Because maybe, of course, if you have already been doing SEO during the past years, you are a bit ahead already. Yeah. But you also need to make the next step right now to stay ahead on this part, because a lot of it's changing. And if you're not making the step and not innovating on the geo part, I think you'll get behind. Yeah.
But I agree, because we have some clients who say, hey, we're already seeing requests from ChatGPT coming in. Yeah. Those are the ones who have the advantage. Mm-hmm. But it's not that bad if you're not there yet, is it?
No, it's now also because, of course, the AI, it searches deeper. It looks further than page one of Google, of course. So if you're a smaller brand or you're a B2B business, it's a real opportunity right now to step in, and you can still make the difference, I think, if you know how AI is working. And yeah.
At the same time, we have some people like Geert and Steven who said, well, maybe although the technical element is very, very important, maybe marketers don't really have to understand all the technical issues or possibilities, but they need to team up with people who understand and who can help them with that. Yeah. If you look at the content that is now out there with AI, which will be growing even much faster at a scale of the speed will be tremendous, but it's also, there is a risk, or at least a worry from what I'm hearing from client and maybe from myself as well. Is it all going to be boring content? What about the quality?
Yeah. So I think from my perspective, quality is now even more important. So of course we have AI creating loads and loads of content very easily, but this is like bulk content. You have a lot of it and people will not be interested in that anymore because the AI can create it. You have it everywhere. So I really believe that now that we have AI content, of course, we will be overwhelmed with it. Mm-hmm. But as a brand, that you can make the difference just by creating quality content, really interesting content, because then it's worth for people to click. Then it's worth to visit your website. So I think maybe it's even making quality content more important now. Yeah,
more interesting. Is keyword strategy still relevant?
That's a good question. Of course, we're not going to focus our content strategy fully on keywords. No. But I still think, of course, keyword data is still interesting to look at because we don't have any other data yet. We don't have any conversational data from ChatGPT or anything like that. So for now, if you are working on SEO, you still need to do the keyword research. But what we are doing is actually translating these keywords to more conversational questions so that we can understand how people are actually searching and more focusing on that. So more focusing on the questions that your user is having, answering them in your content. I think that's more important than, of course, no keyword stuffing anymore, but really making quality content that is focused on the questions that people are having. Yeah,
I can already feel the energy when you're talking about it. Really, do you think that IO with this domain where search is becoming creative, data, all these elements, do you think IO is at the right place to help clients with that?
I think so, because of course we have the Bonsai AI tool that is really giving us a big step ahead. We are really innovating on geo. We're already, when AI started, we already started working on this and finding out how it is working. So we have we can do benchmarks, we can do LLM tracking, we can do the technical checks for the clients. And we're already helping more than 30 clients, or maybe even 40 with that. Yeah.
And because I think that companies and clients are always interested in two things: behavior of their clients and what competitors are doing. And I think this is really the point where everything comes together, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So you need to look at your competition, but you also need to make sure that you are now taking the steps.
And you're mentioning just doing an audit, starting from scratch, looking at where are we today and using that as a roadmap to say, okay, what could be the next step? That gives you clear direction on how to move forward, right?
Yes. Yeah. So really, what I always tell the clients, really start with the benchmark, start with the data, just to see, identify which questions are important for your client and look at, am I the answer already? Is my brand the answer in ChatGPT or in AI, other AI search tools? And when you know that and you are maybe not the answer, then there's something to work on. Yeah.
But when you say start with the data, start with the analysis, with the audit, it might seem across as that's a lot of work. Where do we start?
Yeah, I think you should start simple and small. So maybe you could start for one product that is important for you, right? You don't need to track everything or thousands of queries
directly. Or if you have multi-brands, just start with one brand.
Start with one brand and then roll it out and then innovate on that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. In a few years' time, do you think we'll still talk about SEO?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, of course, we have all the new names for it. So maybe we'll call it geo or
we
whatever.
are marketeers, so we tend to use the buzzwords. But at the core, it will still be
I think SEO will still continue to be important. Yeah, of course.
What was the last time you Googled something the old-fashioned way?
Actually, yesterday.
Okay.
I'm honest, So I'm still using Google, but I use both of them.
Of course, just to see, experiment.
I ask ChatGPT, I ask Google, but I think everyone does that. You use multiple tools next to each other.
Where do you think ChatGPT Atlas fits in this evolving landscape?
So from one point, I think it can be a starting point of the customer journey for people. It can be a search engine as well. But I think what I just said, it's going to be an additional tool. So because you also use it for other things like brainstorming and having a conversation, it being your psychologist, whatever. Yeah. So that's maybe something different than Google is doing. So I think it can coexist in the end.
And I think for companies, there's also the security thing you have to be aware of and think of.
Of course,
Okay. What is the one thing you hope people will remind or remember after your talk today?
I think they should remember that search is really changing, and that it's really important to now start with anticipating on this. I really hope that from now on they will really start with this and make the first steps.
Change is happening. There's no way around it. But you have time, right?
But
start
now.
today.
Start today.
Okay, Clarissa, thank you very much.
Thanks.